I am Kayla. I have 5 kids. I am married to my husband Noah, who is wonderful man. He is a youth pastor, and we have been married for almost 14 years. That's wild. We got married when we were 20, and so yes, I'm 34. We got married when we were 20, and had our first child when we were 22. So we have I was almost 23. So we have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old. All of that was a really wild time. We have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. We have 3 girls, 2 boys. We homeschool them. We homeschool them. I do like the math lessons and the reading lessons. My husband teaches them about everything to do with life. He's super handy, loves teaching our kids. Right now, he's actually driving one of our children around on our Gator. They just rode past. I'm sitting in the car because this is quiet. I bring my cup of coffee, I bring my Bible, my book, whatever. I come out here and I'll just sit sometimes. That's like a safe place for me to get a moment of rest. Or peace and quiet. So anyways, he teaches them all the life skills, life things, and I get to do the snuggling on the couch and teaching those lessons. But anyways, he was a firefighter for 7 years, and then he went into youth ministry. He loves it. We love it. We love teenagers. We love pouring into the next generation, and our kids love it too. We take them along our whole life. They're just a part of all of it. And so anyways, I really wanted to talk about, just thinking about today, the holidays, of how we are all making it. It's so funny because as a mom, or as a woman, when you feel off, when you feel like you need to just pause and check what's going on in my mind, what's going on in my heart. And this is not a new concept or thing, but it dawned on me, I guess it was yesterday, that I have not exercised or worked out at all in the last 2 weeks. My son is literally what do you need?
Dad told me that you would know what I'm talking about. Can you plug this up to the USB? I don't know what that is. He just told me.
Yes, I will. Can you put it on my bed? And I will. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
He got a new remote control car, and he's trying to figure out how to charge it. So anyways, I'm gonna go in there and do that in a second. But I don't even know. Oh, yes. So I haven't exercised, which is no, duh. That's why your mental health is going to be struggling. But days just pass, especially at the holidays when there's something going on every single day. The gym doesn't have the same hours. And yes, I do go into a gym. For the longest time, I tried to do the at-home workout thing. When my husband's out of town, I have to force myself. But for me, being at home with my kids all day is a good thing for me, to get out, to have the gym where it's that's the place that I'm working out. Because I don't know if other moms can relate to this, but home feels like your workplace / your just everything place. And so for me, going into a gym is just really beneficial for my mental health and for me to feel like I'm my own person, because that's huge as a mom, that I did not really start diving into or prioritizing until I had my 4th kid. And we at that time were living with our family members, and it was a kind of a tight space, And there was just a lot of unknown. There was a lot of like, what is the future going to hold and everything. And I kind of just felt trapped in that time period. I don't really talk about it too much with people because I don't want to paint it as a negative thing. I know we were exactly where the Lord wanted us to be. But during that time period, I got into a depression, and my dad passed away during that time, and I was pregnant with our fourth. I had her. I was so holding on to this faith, this idea that we would have a house by the time she was born, and that did not happen. The Lord had other plans. We lived there another year. I mean, she took her first steps, and I just had this in my mind that we weren't going to be living there long. We were going to get a house, that the Lord was going to provide a house for us. And it just didn't come in my timing. Anyways, I'd gotten into kind of sort of a depression, but I'm thankful that I went through that, because I started prioritizing me being my own person and going back to things that I enjoy doing, like painting, going for walks, exercising, spending time with spending time with friends without my children being there, like not a play date. That's not the same thing as hanging out with friends. When I started prioritizing that, I came back to life. I think that people call it now getting your pink back. That's like a new phrase, but genuinely, like, taking care of yourself as a mom is so important. This is not even why I started this video, but now I just kind of want to go on a rant, because I didn't even know I was drowning when I was drowning. My first 3 kids I had, so I got pregnant with my daughter. I was almost 23. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant with my son. I was still breastfeeding her. I found out I was pregnant with my son when she was 11 months old. Then I kept breastfeeding her through the first trimester, and then I stopped, and then had him, and then found out I was pregnant with my next son when he was like 9 months old. And so then breastfed through all my first trimester with my third, being pregnant with my third. Anyways, by the time he came along, my daughter was freshly 2, my son was 1, and then I had a newborn. And that was such a sweet season. Like, I look back, I see pictures, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, they're so sweet. That is so precious. And now they play together like best friends. Would not trade that for anything. But it was a very hard time for me. At that time, my husband was a firefighter, like I said, so he would work 24-hour shifts and then be off for 48. But firefighters do not get enough pay, in my personal opinion. But yeah, they just don't, to be able to pay bills. So he was working side jobs. Also, I obviously was not working. I was staying at home with our kids. And so he would work side jobs, and so he was not home those 48 hours. He was working during those too. So I was alone a lot. I didn't feel super comfortable going out, just me with, a 2, 1, and newborn. I mean, I would, if I had to, I would go to the grocery store, but I wasn't doing like anything fun with, them. It was just a lot. Nap times, and, I was breastfeeding. I was getting woken up in the middle of the night to nurse, and it was kind of a hard time. So anyways, after having my fourth and being in a situation where my mental health, it just became very apparent to me, my husband, both of us together, that it was a priority for both of us, for me to know who I was, to not get lost in motherhood. Obviously, I believe that it's my calling. I love being with my children. But I am a person apart from my husband and what he does, and apart from my children. And so anyways, that is a huge priority in my life. And so now that is kind of like the norm, or like the rhythm, I guess, for our family, that I do take care of myself, that when it comes around to the holidays, I'm like, I haven't not had a moment to take care of me, and it shows. My mental health you know, it does show when I don't take the time to exercise, when I don't get out and go for walks, or to just check in with myself. And so just such a huge priority. But yeah, it dawned on me yesterday, okay, you haven't exercised at all this week. And I'm not worried about it, like as far as a physical thing, because that will be a whole nother video, is my health and wellness, you know, like journey. I have lost 70 pounds, and that definitely changed after this whole, like, getting my pink back after having my 4th. So that was a huge thing. But no, the exercise really is for my mental health. It's just for me to get rid of the energy and the emotions and things that I might be feeling, that sometimes I'm not even aware that I'm feeling. The gym takes that, like, helps. And being somewhere where it's like, this is my thing, this is, you know, this is where I go, and my kids and my husband, it's just a me thing. And so anyways, that has just been so beneficial to my life. And so but yeah, I'm so excited for Christmas tomorrow and for all the things we still have yet to do. We have Christmas Eve service tonight, and then we're gonna make hot cocoa and watch the Elf and have so much fun. We always wrap our hallway with wrapping paper and then run through like a football team on Christmas morning. My kids are so excited. I'm so excited for all the things, but I am really also excited to get back to normal everyday life, where, you know, we have our routines, we have our getting back to, I mean, even schooling. I definitely was one of the homeschool moms that was like, December is crazy. We have a lot going on, but I don't want it to be crazy. And so because we're adding multiple things to our list, let's take school off. Of course, my kids still learned throughout the month of December. It's not like they just turned their brains off, but we didn't do our typical math lessons, reading lessons, things like that, copy work. I might do an entire video on just like, what does a homeschool day look like for us, or like, what do I do with my kids? Because something I get asked a lot is, how do I homeschool my older kids while having a 2-year-old and 5-year-old who technically, I guess she could be doing kindergarten right now. She wouldn't, if she was in public school, she wouldn't start kindergarten until next August. So we do some things with her, but I really depend on them playing together a lot for me to get this stuff done with the older kids. And then of course, nap time, utilize it. You do not have to do all your schooling in the beginning hours of the day, no matter what anybody tells you. So yeah, I'll probably do a whole video on that, because yeah, every homeschool just looks different for everybody. But anyways, the point is, we took December off, so I'm ready to get back to some sort of routine, ready to get back to eating real meals and not just waking up and eating cookies. So we made yesterday, me and the kids made turtles. Probably this is not even some, you know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Turtles have been around forever, but it's the first time I've made them. Put pretzels, just regular pretzels, a Rolo in each one, stick in the oven for 3 minutes till the chocolate like melts, grab a pecan, press it down in there. Best Christmas treat. I'll be making those every year. They're so easy. Loved them. Every single kid loved them. They're good fresh, hot, and they're also good once they cool off. So anyways, yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back to normal diet, normal exercise, normal routines, but also enjoying the season. So I hope you guys are too, and moms and ladies, hang in there. We're gonna get through it. And yeah, talk to you later.